So I'm now going to talk about macros. So sometimes people are like, what on earth is a macro? Basically, long and short of it is macros are the major building blocks of what all our food and drinks are made up of, mainly food. So it's how calories are made up. And we have different macros. So you have four main groups to keep it simple: carbohydrates, protein, fats, and then alcohol. You've got so many calories per macro, so carbohydrates and protein are 4 kilocalories per gram. Fats are 9 calories per gram, and alcohol is 7 calories per gram. So that's the whole, macros make up your food groups. So that's why when you hear people talking about macro splits, something you don't need to worry about. It's all a bit of hype really in the fitness industry. So I'll talk to you in a bit about protein, but basically all you need to know is what macros are, and it's fats, carbohydrates, proteins, and alcohol. Now, alcohol we'll just skip out for now because that's literally just by the by. But when you are tracking, you need to be tracking alcohol, and I'll come on to this a bit later on, why that's really important, because there are calories in alcohol, believe it or not. But then you have 3 main groups that make up all your food. So carbohydrates are the building blocks for energy for majority of people. This can have some discrepancies, but let's keep it simple. So this is where your glycogen and glucose comes from, your sugar, and carbohydrates are literally in so many things. So when you think of carbohydrates, I know you're probably sat there thinking of bread, rice and pasta. Nah, not just that. So you've got bread, rice, pasta, fruits, vegetables, any sugars, chocolate because it has sugar in, anything like that is made up, is carbohydrates. So anything sugars, glycogen, but please don't ever think carbs are bad, and I'll go into them individually in a moment. Protein is your building blocks. Protein is our synthesis that makes up our muscle tissue. Amino acids in protein, you've got complete proteins and you've got partial proteins. Complete proteins usually come from animals and animal byproducts, and then your part proteins come from plant products, but you can put together plant products to make sure you get a full protein. So that's protein. And then fats, and when I'm talking about fats, I'm not talking about your chip fat down the chippy. This is your healthy, well, I don't like to say the word healthy because it's putting a label on it, but it's fats that are naturally occurring, so avocado, fish oils, things like that, olive oil, fats. And we do need fats as well. We need fats to survive. You actually only need protein and fat to survive, but then carbohydrate does give us more energy. A lot of people are more energy based on carbohydrate, but I'll break these down in a moment.